Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 2 of my visit to, let me get this right again, Kunst und Antiquitatenhandel Albrecht at Zinnowitz in Germany. It's up on the Baltic coast. And yes, so it's another, this is going to be a bit shorter because I don't have that much film left. And yeah, it's another story of, hey, I can't find stuff, or it's really hard. So it's taken me quite a while to do this because I've really searched piles of stuff looking for things. Anyway, so I should let you know that 45 years ago, my German was terrible, okay? I used to go home to Germany. My dad was in the army when I was a teenager. And yeah, so... And there we had a bit of a language barrier. And what was really nice at Albrecht was that they dragged their little son in and he was translating for us. And he must have been about 9 or 10. He was lovely. Yeah. So they were really friendly, and they even brought their own little interpreter to help me talk about the glass and look at what was there. So that was really nice. And yeah, so anyway, let's get on and have a look at the glass, eh? So this glass was pointed out to me by the owner. I think he was telling me it's by Frederick the First. I'm going to try and figure out when that is. I don't know the dates, but yeah, it's quite a thing. There's no cartouche on it, but it is a super quality thing. And actually, I was looking at this silver here while I was doing it, and that's really nice too. So I've looked at probably several hundred German antique tumblers now, and I can't find any like the one I was looking at there. Now, there's a couple here. I'd like to highlight this one, a bit of gilding and panelling. The one we're looking at only had paneling around the bottom. It seems to be this is more common format. Another one here with gilding and paneling. Again, it's not exactly the same. And if I go here, went through Scottish antiques, there's a couple here. And I've got dates on as well, 1800 and 1820, but these are fully panelled cut. It's really, I mean, this one's German. They don't look like they're extraordinary prices, although actually the prices do dip away if it drops back into the 18th century. But yeah, I can't pin it down at all. I think I'm agreeing with the chap in the shop that it's 18th century from what I'm seeing, what other people are listing things as. But I also went through the German book I got, and that was no help either. So yeah, I think he told me it was from Potsdam, and yeah, that's yeah. And that's what's so difficult about this, is because normally I'm on firm ground with the older stuff, but yeah, I've got no background in this, so difficult. I nearly forgot to find out Frederick the First. So Frederick the First is I think it's Frederick the First of Prussia. There's been a few Fredericks for different things, but anyway, 1701 to 1730, which in the UK would count as Queen Anne and William and Mary, that kind of period. So yeah, that is nice and early 18th century. This is nice. This is like the Whitefriars clock, Spanish cut clock face decanter, but this is the real thing. Look at that. Look at that, that's fantastic. And €850, so yeah, that's the date they've got on it is 750. So yeah, that is a really nice thing. We're looking at the ScottishAntiques.com website, and they've got a few of these jugs. This one is pretty close. The star is more of a flower than a star, so just these little bits here would be straight, but everything else is pretty identical. The way the handle is, the little bits here, little notches around here, the foot and everything. The top, he's saying 1780. I think I would rather go with what the book says, because it's a German book. He is saying Bohemia or Germany. So the book is saying first half of the 18th century, but anyway, £320. So that's that one. So let's have a look at the next one. So this one, the bit at the top, it looks like it might have been designed for something to be here. So I think it may have originally had the pewter top that's gone. And this one's also very similar. This one's £425. He's saying he's brought it back a year, so even he's like, these, although it's almost identical to the other one, he's moved it 5 years further away in time. Yeah, I don't know when he was selling these, but anyway, but we've got a higher price on this one. I think it's, no, I don't know what that date is. I thought this was the date here, but I don't think it is. And then we've got the last one, which has a slightly different style, and way the handle it attaches is a bit different. Can you see? So this is more of a piggy hand. It doesn't go flat, but it still has a similar pewter top. Also, the other thing, I think the way this foot leads into the body is a bit more blended. So there are things about this that are a bit different. And he's saying almost certainly Spain, Charles III, 1765. Yeah, so this is difficult for me because I'm not an expert in this. I've got that book, and yeah. Anyway, I think I would rather go with the book because it is a German book, even though I can hardly read German. Anyway, there you go. This is nice. This glass here in the back, that's a super quality thing. It's got writing around it. I can't see a date on it or anything, but yeah. Right, see if I can get closer with the zoom. Look at the etching on that. It's very nice. So I've done a pile of searching for that glass, and I can't find any glasses exactly that shape, regardless, even in variations and details and stuff like that. I just can't find them. I've kind of like searched different regions of Europe, etc., etc. No luck. It did have some writing on it, but unfortunately I can't read it. The only interesting thing is it had, is this the one I wanted to look at? Nope, that's just another search. Yeah, not that one either. No, what's going on? Yes, so I did search for the eagle with the lightning bolts. There's lots of modern representations of it, but essentially there was an eagle holding a sticky thing with lightning bolts coming out of it, and it's the Roman eagle that you see on top of the poles that the legions would carry. It's a symbol of the Roman Republic, I think, or Roman Empire. I tried to find a more contemporary version of it rather than the modern interpretations, and this coin here, picture of this coin, and there's an eagle with the sticky thing with lightning bolts coming out of it. There's lots of different versions of it. So that's what the eagle is anyway. So it's a Roman eagle. Whether anybody else was using it afterwards, I don't know. Really difficult one to pin down. Really, I kind of looked at it thinking, I've never seen anything like that before, and it must be a really uncommon shape. That's all I can think. I'm looking at this bowl in the back here. I've seen this somewhere before, and I'm going to try and find it. Look at the people dancing along the top there. There's animals and birds and things. I've definitely seen something like that before. It's really nicely done, so that'll be an interesting thing to try and figure out. So I've been through all of the German period catalogues in glasmusterbuch.de, looking for that orange vase. I've also looked at all of the Bohemian ones. It's not there. I went through the Kralik website, which has got piles of Bohemian glass in it. Not there either. I did some searches by look and appearance. I did quite a lot of searches. Yeah. So this is the closest thing I've got that's worth anything, and it's this here. It's on this site called tias.com. It's for sale, and what's interesting is it's the same color, the painting is a similar kind of shape and everything, but it's orange with black painting on it, and but stylistically it's not billions of miles away. Anyway, it does have it's documented with made in Czechoslovakia on it, as they've got as their reference from a book. So that's the best I can do, and it is the time period that I would be thinking. So they've said dated 1918 to 1938, which means I was looking at the right catalogues to try and find it, but yeah, no such luck. I found another glass that looks like an 18th century one here with some writing on it. Look at this. So, can you see? Yeah, really nice. Looks like some sort of hand reaching down out of a cloud, picking crops or something, and there's a little cottage in the background. Really interesting design. I have no idea what it means. Clearly means something. So I've come to my best resource for early German glass, and it's Scottish Antiques. Dun dun dun. So, as you know, with a lot of the 18th century glass, as I've pointed out with English stuff, you never find an exact match. You find something with features that are the same. So I've got two glasses, and one's simpler and one's more complex. So this one would be very similar if you were to do a little bit of cutting on it. If you were to just cut a little bit around here, this glass would have the same cut in piece at the bottom, and then a little bit of cutting around the stem, and then it would look similar-ish. The other one's got a little cushion in it, but this one doesn't have it. But the way the foot comes up and sits, and the stem sits on top of it, is like the glass that we're looking at, and you don't really see that in English ones. They're generally that kind of like slope coming up to the base of the stem. You don't really see that on English ones. So yeah, it's got this thick bottom of the glass. But anyway, so he's got this down as Saxon engraved wine glass, 1750. And the next one I'm going to show you is again, it's in some ways it's more like the glass, but in some ways less. So here it is. It's got the don't do that. Wish you would. Oh, let's just click on it and be done with. No, is it going to let me expand the whole picture? No, it's going to do weird stuff. Anyway, at the base of the bowl, you can see it has that same scooped in look, but then it's got this cushion that's been messed with. It's got the same Silesian stem shape. But then it's got a collar at the bottom where the foot comes into it. It's got more cutting. It's got a similar farming scene, but the bowl is panel cut as well as the base of the bowl, and the farming scene is, I would say, engraved a bit more sophisticated. So this is a better glass than the one we were looking at, and this is a worse one.
But just quality-wise, I'm talking about. It's also a matter of taste. I like simple glasses, so I actually quite like this one, even though this is a fancier glass. Is that reflected in the price? It is. So they're from very similar periods, but this one is £85 and this one's £240. And the glass we're looking at is somewhere in between. What's also interesting about the glass that we were looking at, it has a lilac tint to it, and that sometimes happens. Sometimes glass chemistry can be damaged by sunlight, and over a long period of time it can take up this lilac tint, but that takes a very long time. And yeah, so that glass might have been nice and clear when it was new, and then it's taken up this tint as it's got older. There's no guarantee of that, though. It might have been a lilac tint all along. But anyway, that's what I think. So here we go. We think it's Saxony, Germany, and this glass is from other places that don't look similar. So I'm going with this. And he's saying one's 1750 and the other 1760. So roughly around that period. So the owner pointed this glass here out. So it's a Potsdam glass from about 1740. It's Kurt von Bühler family's the crest on here. It's got a folded foot. Yeah, they have some, and it's like the English ones with the Silesian stem, the same. This has got a four-sided Silesian stem, so that's quite interesting as well, that it's matching the UK fashions, that's copying styles from Germany because of George the First, etc. I'm back with Scottish Antiques, and I've been going through some more glasses, obviously not finding one with exactly the same pattern, etc., but close-ish. Okay, so we still have the foot coming up, not quite as distinctly as it was on the other one, but I take that when it jumps around. But anyway, what's interesting with this armorial glass that's the same on the other one, it's one that's like crest at the top with the helmet with the grill on it. So that was on the other one, but with the other one, this one's got like 4 feathers, and the other one had like 2 wings coming out of it. Is this round the rim, the little engraving round the rim? Okay, so I've been through L.M. Bickerton for the English drinking glasses from the same period, and I think I've only found one where there's this like, it's not even the similar, but rim decoration, but not even quite like this, even where it's right up to the very edge. So I've got another one here, and you can see this has got rim decoration as well. Yeah, and I can't remember now. Does this one? No, this one doesn't have it. But yeah, these are all similar kind of glasses with a pedestal stem, also known as a Silesian stem, because yeah, the Hanoverians brought it over. Isn't that strange that this is a Saxon glass and the Hanoverians brought it? Anyway, so yeah, so I think, yeah, this is the period it's looking at again, unless there's copies, but that glass we're looking at didn't have the feel of a copy. The engraving felt like old engraving. Probably closer to this one, but yeah, and there's still the same solid base of the bowl as well. So yeah, this is as close as I get, and again we're still looking at the mid 18th century. So, and the prices that we've got here, this one's 420, 160, but this one's not an armorial one, and this one's 425. This is probably the ones which have got an armorial like this. If you can find the right person and pin down what the coat of arms is. Actually, it says it's coat of arms of Saxony in the upper left. Yeah, so he's actually, yes, in fact, he's got the twin-headed eagle. So one of the problems with the twin-headed eagle is that, you know, the Russians used it. Albania uses it today. You know, lots of places used it. But yeah, usually you're looking at the overall thing. You're going, oh yeah, it's got this, but it's this type of glass was not made anywhere in those other places. But anyway, just helps you pin it down a little bit more. So there you go.
So this is nice. I've been told that this is from 1720, which is earlier than the UK because they had cutting here on the continent earlier than we did. So yeah, it's a really nice cruet. I will show you one of mine that might have some similar aspects to it, but nothing exactly like this. This picture's from the book The Decanter, Ancient to Modern by Andy McConnell. And yeah, so these bottles here, just like the ones we're looking at, the cutting on the body is different. These have got armorials on them, so yeah, not the same. They're made specifically for someone, but the shape of the body is the same. We've got little cut neck ring here. The stopper is like a cushion with a little knob on top. The difference with the one we were looking at, it had like a metal fitting that went around the top bit, and a metal collar with a chain, so you wouldn't lose the top. And the same shaped base, and also the panel cutting on the shoulders and neck. So I'm fairly comfortable that these are out of the same kind of time period, area, etc. And so what does he say? They're from Silesia, and he's dating them to 1750. Now Silesia straddles, as it was historically, straddles the German-Polish border. A few hours drive south from where it was, so it hasn't really moved that far in the last 270 years. So yeah, it's quite a nice little match for it there. So there you have it, the end of my visit to Germany. Yeah, I really liked the glass in that shop. It was really nice, and if my wife wasn't going, you need to wind it up and get out of here, because it wasn't a big place, I could have probably done 2 more episodes, because there was a lot of glass, and there was a lot of mid-century glass as well, but I knew that my wife was saying, so I stuck to the old stuff, because yeah, it was really nice stuff. And anyway, so what I have to say is, yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Zinnowitz, go and visit that antique shop, the Albrecht. And all the contact details for them are in the description below. So remember that. The references I use will be in the description below as well. And please remember to like and subscribe, because it helps my channel. And thank you for watching, and have a good night. Good night.